As a gentleman from Colorado, Mr. Perlmutter, for 5 minutes.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker, and to a fellow softball coach. The Columbine. Columbine is the state flower of Colorado. It's a beautiful flower found in our mountains. Whites and blues and yellows, and just a gorgeous state flower for us to have. 13 years ago, on April 20th, 1999, at Columbine High School, we had a terrible tragedy. And I want to have all of us remember the names of the kids that were killed at that shooting. Cassie Bernal, Steve Curnow, Corey DePuter, Kelly Fleming, Matt Kechter, Daniel Mauser, Daniel Rohrbaugh, Rachel Scott, Isaiah Scholes, John Tomlin, Lauren Townsend, Kyle Velasquez, and teacher Dave Sanders. Now, Columbine, just like this flower, has recovered, sprouted. It's a beautiful school, strong academics, strong sports, good citizens. We're very proud of the kids in that high school. It's near where I live. But we still have suffered some scars from Columbine in Colorado, but we've learned some lessons. We learned some lessons that were put to good use 10 days ago in Aurora, Colorado. Aurora, as many of you will remember from your mythology classes, is the goddess of the dawn. And there will be a new day. You know, we're suffering in Colorado right now. It's a beautiful state. It is a wonderful place. We've had two very difficult, tragic moments. And in this last 10 days, Mr. Speaker, I've had a chance to go to 5 funerals and visit with some people in the hospital. And I want us to remember the names of the people that were killed a week or 10 days ago. Jonathan Blunk, Alexander Jonathan A.J. Boyk, Staff Sergeant Jesse Childress, Gordon Cowden, Jessica Gowie, Petty Officer 3rd Class John Larimer, Matthew McQuinn, Michaela Medic, Veronica Mosier, Alex Sullivan, Alex Teves, and Rebecca Wingo. Beautiful people, good people, harmed in a very senseless moment in our history. But in the midst of this tragedy, there were a lot of heroes. And from Columbine, we learned lessons and moved quickly to save lives. So beginning with the Aurora Police Force and the firefighters from Aurora, tremendous acts of courage that saved lives, saved people from bleeding to death. We saw in our medical teams a coordination of effort, the likes of which none of us would ever want to go through again. But tremendous efforts on the part of the medical teams to save lives. And so yesterday I had a chance to meet with some of the people still in the hospital, which gave me so much hope and inspiration. I want to start with the family where the husband and the wife, she's 9 months pregnant, decide that they want to go to a movie before they have their firstborn. They want to get that one last date out. He's shot. She suffers shots from the shotgun pellets. He's down on the 1st floor having surgery on his brain. She's up on the 3rd floor of the hospital having a baby Hugo, who is like the biggest kid I have ever seen at that age. He's definitely going to be a baseball player, and the Rockies came by to visit him and gave this baby 2 baseballs. But she was so positive and so optimistic about her son's future and about the future of her husband, who's had great medical care and, you know, will have long time and long-lasting injuries, but he will do well. And this wife was so positive, young woman, really optimistic about life. Another young man who was shot in the side. He was in a coma, has come out of it, and he is now planning to start his first year of college at Western State in Gunnison, Colorado. And finally, one guy who had been in a difficult state, the President of the United States came and visited him. He woke up at that moment, Whether it was because of that visit or not, who knows. But he has a huge smile. The Rockies came to visit him, and he said, "I'm sorry, I'm a Yankees fan." So then, to my chagrin, he also is a fan of the San Diego Chargers and the Oakland Raiders when he should be a Broncos fan. But he's recovering well, too. These people are recovering. Our community will recover. We live in a great state. And I want to just finish with these words, if I could, Mr. Speaker. Ordinarily, I speak off the cuff, but one of the staff members in my office who's a Coloradan wanted me to say this, and I believe it. But we must remind ourselves, even after these tragedies, must remind ourselves and the world what it is to be a Coloradan. We are the cities and the open spaces. We are the mountains and the prairie. We are the mountains and the trees, the snow and the sunshine. We are loving families and longtime friends. We are welcoming neighbors and kind strangers. We are Coloradans. We live in paradise and surround ourselves with loving, wonderful people who enrich our lives. This is what defines our state. We will always remember the victims. We will always honor the heroes, and we will grow stronger. I am proud of my state. I'm sorry for what happened, but we will grow from this. And I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the time to speak on behalf of my community. Thank you.
Chair recognizes the gentlelady from Alabama, Ms. Sewell, for 5 minutes.